draft, it is what it is. Like I think, I mean, even the Commanders, they got a guy before me over there. I believe his name is Dyami Brown. I don't know how many catches he had. You guys can probably tell me that, or how many yards he had. But I don't forget things like that. You know, I see him across the sideline from where I'm standing during the game, and every team that I'm gonna give every team hell.
Honestly, we're watching Miami a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't see him in the game much.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with the video where we're gonna be talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown calling out Dyami Brown, and also we're gonna take the first look at the Philadelphia Eagles. But before we do, I got a huge announcement to make. So in 2 weeks, when the Washington Commanders take on the Dallas Cowboys, I will be hosting a watch party live at Montini's in Fort Washington, Maryland. The address is on the screen, the flyer's on the screen, and it's in my community tab and on Instagram. Please come through and watch the game with your boy. Come meet me, talk to me, and again, watch the game with your boy. Get some good food and stuff like that, and watch the Washington Commanders take on the Dallas Cowboys. Whether you're a Commanders fan or a Cowboys fan, you are all welcome. So please come through if you can. Again, Martini's Bar Lounge in Fort Washington, Maryland, 725 Caddy Drive. Shout out to my man Busta Move for allowing us to bless the premises. Now, without that further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So, Amon-Ra St. Brown had a lot to say at his press conference yesterday, and the one thing stood out clearly. The guy is definitely feeling himself after having a great game versus the Washington Commanders. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say he can't feel himself. I'm not going to sit here and say he shouldn't be feeling good after that game. Definitely should. You tore us a new one. Like, that's true. But what he had to say was basically a shot at towards Dyami Brown. And he said this, I'll probably insert the clip so you can see it for yourself. But he basically said he remembers every team that passed up on him, and he believes the Washington Commanders have a guy that got drafted before him, and Dyami Brown. And he said he didn't see him on the field much. And that's a shot towards Dyami. I'm not gonna hold you in, and we even peeped that, man. I even said that, man. Dyami Brown didn't even get in the game. Like, he doesn't get in the game at all anymore. Is the experiment over with Dyami Brown? I probably would say yes. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know if they have any more faith in Dyami just because of the great, receiving core we have ahead of him and Curtis Samuel, Jahan Dawson now emerging, and Terry McLaurin. And then you have Cam Sims ahead of him, and I believe even Dax Milne gets in the game before him. So, I mean, again, the young fella feeling himself after one game, that's cool and all. But I definitely, I would have took the humble approach. I'm not saying he's wrong for what he's doing, right? But if it was me, I would just take the humble approach. I would say I had a good game, you know what I'm saying? That was on to Minnesota. I wouldn't even still be thinking about the teams that passed me. I would just be trying to make them pay. I wouldn't single out the player. It's not like it's the player's fault that he got chosen by Washington. It's the organization for passing up on you. And then I saw some other people on Twitter saying if St. Brown was here in D.C., he would not be seeing the field. He would be just like Dyami. Now, I don't know if that's the case. We probably wouldn't even draft Jahan Dotson maybe if we're getting the production out of St. Brown that the Lions are getting out of him. So I don't know how that whole situation is, but it's just a funny little situation that he calling out Dyami Brown. I mean, and it's true though. Like, we can't sit here and act like it's not true. Dyami Brown doesn't see the field, but that's just the talent that's in front of him. He didn't take advantage of his opportunity that he got last year, his rookie season, and we decided to upgrade that position. And now we're in a state where we probably don't even need Dyami Brown. He's a person that if we go down an injury, knock on wood here, or if we want to draw up some type of design for him, he may get in the game. But he's not a guy that's going to see much action this season if everyone stays the course. You know what I'm saying? And that's very unfortunate for him per se. But again, the guy, he's young. You know what I'm saying? Everyone matures at a different level. You got Jahan coming in right off the rip, and he looks the part. But you got Dyami Brown, who needs time to develop, and that's totally fine. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he'll carve himself out a role at some point, but right now he doesn't see the field, and he could be a really good special teams gunner. Now, I know he doesn't want to hear that. I know some of you guys don't want to hear that because you had high hopes for Dyami Brown, but special teams means a lot. And right now, our special teams is trash right now. We need some gunners. We really do. Christian Holmes made a bonehead mistake last week. I don't know if Dyami Brown does the same. Cam Sims' role, he is ahead of Dyami Brown on the depth chart, so he may be more important to this offense than one Dyami Brown. So he probably could go alongside Cam Sims as another gunner, or he could probably replace Cam Sims. You got to find a way to use Dyami Brown. Is the coaching staff doing a good job of getting them the ball, getting them in positions to be successful? No, but right now they don't need to. Last year they needed him because of the injuries there, but the position now is so much more better that we don't need Dyami Brown anymore. Now, again, is that saying it's over for him here in Washington? No, but I personally would say it's the writing on the wall just because of the production that we're getting, and I hope we continue to get out of this top 3, man. But I am wishing the best for Dyami. I hope at some point we'll see him get some action, get some burn, and get some plays. Like, get him out in space, man. Get some short passes to him. Throw him a screen or two. Give him an end around or something. Get him involved. He is a deep threat, but he hasn't shown the trust from the quarterback and the coaching staff that he's gonna catch it. I really think the preseason doomed him when he was wide open and he dropped that pass. You can't have that, especially when you're trying to fight for a roster spot. You know what I'm saying? I think if Dyami Brown, he's going to stay on the roster this year, but if next year doesn't see much improvement and we come around training camp 2023, he may be a person that doesn't make this roster. Let's call it what it is. So, again, that's just the part of the video I want to talk about with Dyami Brown. And Amon-Ra St. Brown calling him out. I mean, again, St. Brown, you had a good game, man, but we got to see that more often. You know what I'm saying? I know you're a good player. And I'm not saying you're not, but let's see it more often before you start calling out players. Like, it's different if he would have just kept it at Commanders. You know what I'm saying? But he called out Dyami Brown as if it's his fault he got drafted ahead of him. Obviously, they saw something on his tape that they didn't see on yours. So, I mean, I don't hate St. Brown. Hell of a player. Had a really good game. Can't take nothing from him, but probably should have stayed humble because now everyone is going to expect you to just live up to this performance every single week, and I don't even know if you can do that. You have an 8-game streak going on where I believe you have 8 catches or something like that, or have a streak where you have 8 catches in the game going. Now the pressure's gonna be putting on for you to perform like that each and every week, and let's see if you're up for the test. But that's just part of the video. Let's get into the next part. Let's take the first look at the Philadelphia Eagles, man. The Eagles, again, coming off of an impressive win versus the Minnesota Vikings. When I tell you I did not expect that, I thought this was going to be a high-scoring game. I didn't think the Minnesota Vikings was going to be playing like that, or at least coming out like that. Jalen Hurts, man, he was phenomenal. And I hate the Eagles, man. You know this. But one thing I will say, and I'll give my credit to myself for this. I said this all season. Everyone was saying Jalen Hurts is trash. He can't throw. I said it's still too early to detect if he's a throwing quarterback, if he can throw. Monday night, he proved that he can throw. You know what I'm saying? And we could be in trouble, especially with how this secondary is, if we don't find an answer for him in that passing attack, man. A.J. Brown, how good is he? Devonta Smith, he was excellent in this game, too. We have our hands full, and we have to have our work cut out. This has to be Jack Del Rio's best game as a play caller. So many weapons. You let St. Brown get off on you. You let DJ Chark get up off you, or get off on you. Now you're going up against A.J. Brown, one of the best receivers in the league. Counterpart, Devonta Smith, throwing a little Quez Watkins over the top, and DJ Goddard, the tight end, or Dallas Goddard, not DJ Goddard. Dallas Goddard, their tight end underneath. We have our hands full, not to mention Boston Scott, Miles Sanders in the backfield. This is going to be a tough game for the Washington Commanders, and we have to be up for the test. Now, a good thing is we will be in Cameron Curl back, so hopefully he can give a boost to this secondary, but I personally think Washington needs to get off on a fast start. You know what I'm saying? Contain Jalen Hurts. Get after Jalen Hurts, man. Like I said yesterday in this video, put Jamin Davis on the line as an edge rusher. You know what I'm saying? We're banged up at that position anyway. Put him on the line. Put him on the edge rusher. Send him as a blitzer. And yesterday, I want to address yesterday's video for a second. I wasn't saying Jamin Davis was going to be Micah Parsons. And I said that multiple times. But obviously, people are still going to comment and say what they got to say, which is totally fine. I said Jamin Davis is not Micah Parsons. He's a totally different animal. But put him in that role to see what he can do as a Micah Parsons. But that's what I'm saying. Line him up. Move him around, man. Let him blitz. Let him do everything. Get after the quarterback is where he's best at. let Jamie Davis do him, man. But this was just the first look at the Philadelphia Eagles. We're gonna break it all down. Hopefully tomorrow night, Philly Mike, I reached out to him. Hopefully I can get him on to join the show. But we have our hands full this week, man. It's not gonna be an easy game. It's gonna be very, very hard. That offense in Philly is really, really good. Now I know Darius Slay had himself a really, really good game, but their secondary still doesn't scare me. You know, their pass rush, it's okay, but it's nothing that's concerning. I just think the offense is what's going to be concerning, man. We got to get after Jalen Hurts. We got to make him uncomfortable. We cannot let him sit back there. We cannot allow him to kill us with his legs, or it's going to be a long day. So this is another game where I could see it being a high-scoring game. We just got to get out to a fast start, man. Stop 2 on the Carson Wentz revenge tour. Hopefully, we can get it done. But, yeah, man, there you have it. As always, Midway One Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Come on here with a quick little video. Let me just talk about this video in the comment section down below. Don't forget, 2 weeks, Dallas Cowboys, October 2nd. Cowboys Commanders. Juan Gotti is throwing a watch party live at Montini's Bar and Lounge in Fort Washington, Maryland. All the information is down below in the comment section on Instagram. The flyers put up in this video on my community wall. If you're free, if you want to watch the game with your boy and you want to meet me and talk to me, come through. As always, my boy One Guy on the road to 5K. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out. Peace. Cost me one time, that's gonna get you pop. Get you pop.